Hi, welcome to Raw Math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on polynomials, and in this video specifically I'm going to talk about multiplying polynomials. So I have three different problems here. Binomial times binomial. I know there's a lot of ways of doing these. I'm going to do one method to solve them all. My method of choice is distributive property with stacking. I know some of you like these four-letter F words. I'm going to avoid it. What I like to do is I like to take each term in the first parenthesis, distribute it into the second. 5n times n is a 5n squared. 5n times 3 is a 15n. Negative 6 times n is a negative 6n. Notice I stacked my two terms that have an n. I'm stacking my like terms. It'll make it much easier to combine them in the end. And negative 6 times 3 is a negative 18. When I add down, I get a 5n squared. Let's see, plus, minus, the positives are going to win, 9 are going to survive, minus 18, and I have my final answer. A lot of people like writing these out vertically. The problem is it's really easy to mess up your signs if you don't stack your like terms, so I really highly advise stacking like terms. For the second one, I'm going to do the same thing. 8p times 8p is 64p squared. 8p times 3 is a 24p. Negative 3 times 8p is a negative 24p, and negative 3 times 3 is a negative 9. 64p squared. These are equal but opposite, which just means they cancel. By canceling, I mean they add up to 0, and I don't need to write the term down. And then I have my minus 9. This, where what's in the parentheses are equal in the extremes but opposite in sign, is the only case in which two terms times two terms yields two terms. Normally it yields 4, and sometimes the 4 can add up to 3. This problem becomes the hardest. It's not hard. I'm lying when I say hardest. It's hard because you can't distribute a square into parentheses with a subtraction sign. So what are you going to do? You're going to learn how to do a perfect square trinomial. No. Why memorize a unitasker? All I'm going to do is I'm going to write 4q minus 5. And use distributive property with stacking. I'm taking the definition of square, rewriting my binomial twice, and doing the same process that works on every other problem. One process to solve them all, and then you don't have to memorize lots of little tricks of the trade. 4q times 4q is 16q squared. 4q times negative 5 is a negative 20q. Negative 5 times 4 is a negative 20q, and negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. This is a problem that students get wrong all the time. Negative 20, they're on the same side. They're partying. There's no zeroing out of these two terms. It is a minus 40q. The only time you can have two terms cancel is if you have equal, we have equal, and opposite. We don't have opposite. They're the same sign. If they're the same sign, you're going to end up with at least 3 terms, if not 4. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks!